And we're back in the garage. So today we're going to talk about a tool that's super important being an HVAC technician, and that's the electrical meter. This is one of those tools that you just cannot do your job without. And we're going to be testing a new one. This is the Tesman Smart Digital Clamp Meter, and that's the TCM 300D. And we're going to try this out in the field, but first let's go ahead and unbox this thing, and we'll go from there. So here we go. So we have our Smart Digital Clamp Meter by Tesman. Again, that's the TCM 300D. This is the box it comes with. There's the back, and here's the front. So apparently this comes in multiple colors. This is the green one. We could also get it in blue. It looks like that this has, it's from Germany. Look at that. That's cool. Made in China. It does have an ROHS certification. Yeah, so let's open her up. So she opens up just like that, and we got a nice little bag here. So we'll go ahead and set this aside. All right, so here is our bag. Just your standard bag, nothing super fancy about it, but will protect your meter. So we'll go ahead and unzip this, and there we go. Oh, you know this is premium when it comes out. Comes with Duracell batteries. All right, so we have our meter. It's wrapped in plastic, comes with the user manual. Looks like it's nice and thick, probably in lots of languages. We have our leads here, and then I believe there's also thermistors in here. Yep, so we can actually take temperature with this as well. Yep, there it is. So that's cool. And then we have our leads. Just your standard leads. Nice, nice. So let's take a look at the unit itself. There she is. It's pretty light. It's nice and small. Look at that. It fits in my hand, so that's pretty nice. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put the batteries in. So it looks like we put a screw. It's got a Phillips screw in the back to open up that panel. All right, so we have our unit here. The plugs go on to the bottom, so we'll go ahead and plug those in. Nice. They have little plugs on here so you don't get a bunch of dust and debris in there. So we got our meter all set up. We're going to go ahead and turn it on. So you have to push and hold it. And then it boots up, calibrating. Okay, so this thing's actually pretty cool. So apparently what it does is it can measure, right now I have it in auto mode, so you see how it's moving between the different options here? So it's moving between AV, ohms, and continuity. So that means that it'll automatically detect what you're trying to do between those four. All right, so I'm gonna plug this into electrical circuit. So we should be showing volts AC. And look at that. So it automatically detected that I'm trying to check for volts. Look at that. It's even showing me my hertz, 59.9. Let's go ahead and check resistance. So we're going to use their temperature sensor here. We should be getting resistance between the two. Yep, so it switched over to ohms. And then it also switched over to continuity. So if we want to go into a manual mode, we just push this red button here in the middle. So right now we're reading amperage. Now we're in voltage and it's in DC. If you hit the select button, we can switch it over to AC as you can see here, or back into DC. Okay, we can go to ohms. It looks like it also shows kilo ohms as well. We have continuity. This one here is for diode testing, I believe. Yep, diode test. MV is for millivolts. That's to detect our hertz. This one right here is for capacitance, so we can check capacitors. This one is for temperature. And we have NCV, which is non-contact voltage. So that's pretty cool. So if we switch it back to amperage, we can push this button. And now we can get an inrush reading on it. Okay, so another feature that this guy has is it has an automatic power off to conserve battery. So if it's on for 15 minutes, it's going to automatically turn itself off. So you can tell that that's on right now. You see in this top left corner, you have this little clock thing in the corner. That means that the auto power off is turned on. So if you want to turn it off, because in some cases you want it to stay on, you're going to turn off your unit by pushing and holding the power button until it's off. You're going to push and hold the function auto button, and then you're going to turn it on with the power button, release, And now you can see it's calibrating, but you can see now that that little thing in the corner is gone. So that means that now it will stay on until the batteries die or you turn it off. Okay, now if you want to put that back on, all you do is you turn it off. All right, and then you turn it back on like normal. And you can see here that there it's back. So it automatically will have the auto off feature will always be automatically turned on default. You have to actually turn it off. That's enough about this. So we're going to go ahead and go in the field. We'll start using this thing on real units, and we'll try to go through every single feature on an actual unit, and we'll go from there. All right, so you can use third-party leads on these. So I have my field piece leads on here. Let's see here. Go ahead and put that on high voltage. And yeah, she's detecting, so that's cool. So yeah, so if you ever damage these leads, lose them, or don't like them, you can upgrade them. So that's good. That's good. Thank gosh. Yeah, I don't like it when they use proprietary leads. So that's a nice function there. This is also category 3, I think it's category 3, yeah, 600 volts. So anyway, let's see if our temperature thing works. All right, so I'm getting 66.7. I have both of them in the same hole. This one's reading 73.5, and this one's showing 68.9. So they're both wrong. So, yeah. But personally, I never use these anyway. I just use my thermometers. But yeah, so yeah, don't use the temperature. It's completely wrong, even on the expensive one. I'm very spoiled, obviously, but this is not a bad meter. As you can saw, the Temperature Pro I would never use anyway, and I never use it on my field piece either. Yeah, as you saw, they were both wrong. All right, so we have a 10 microfarad capacitor here, and it's super old. It's probably from the 80s. It is supposed to be 10, and it's at 9.33. Let's try it with my other one here and see how far off it is. 9.3, so it's about the same, so that's pretty good. I don't know if you can see this or not from on the camera, but it's really hard to see the screen in person. So yeah, that's kind of a bad thing. So like when you're working on a roof or you're working outside and you're in the sun, I can't really see the screen very good, as opposed to this one. I can see the screen perfectly easily. So maybe if we could make this brighter, or use this type of display, because yeah, this one looks cooler, but if I can't see it, doesn't mean no good. Got the meter on inrush mode. Here we go, pushing it in. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and make sure we have no voltage, and we do not. Sweet. So we're gonna go ahead and just ohm this out. All right, we're doing start to common, which is, and this is a carrier, so that's gonna be blue to black. All right, it's pretty weak. All right, let's try common to start. That's looking normal. Let's try start to common. Yeah, it's looking good. Now we're going to go to ground. Okay, so we have continuity between running ground, common and ground, and start and ground. Okay, cool. So now I'm going to pull the top off and verify this at the compressor itself. See if our circuit's turned on yet. Yep, 21.62 amps AC. Yep, that one's on. Then we got yellow. That one is on. Yeah, there's 3 circuits, so we're all good to go. So that's the Tesman TCM 300D Smart Multimeter. I used it on the field for about a month as my primary meter, and it totally did the job, and surprisingly I did not break it. I actually dropped it out of an attic and it bounced off some concrete. It's got some scars right here at the top from where it hit, but everything works and nothing broke, which I'm very happy. So I would say this is a very good meter. It's super affordable. It's feature packed, and apparently pretty durable. It survived a month with me. So who would want one of these? Well, if you're a seasoned technician, you're probably going to go for a more expensive one, but if you're looking for a good backup meter, I would definitely recommend this as a backup meter. If you're new to the trade, this is a good option. My first meter was $150 and it didn't have a lot of the features that this one does. And $150 15 years ago was a lot more than it is now. So that same meter will probably cost about $200 to $300 now. So as of April 2025, this is about $50. Great if you're starting out. If you want to upgrade later, you could totally do that and keep this as a backup. Believe it or not, somehow, don't ask me how, I ran over my tool bag with my work truck and I broke my meter. And unfortunately, I didn't have a backup at the time, so I had to borrow one from somebody else. And that was terrible, but now I have a backup meter if anything happens. It's also great for around the house, so if you want to have a house meter or have one in your RV or in your shop or whatever, that way you don't have to get your primary. This is great for that type of stuff. Like I said, it's got a lot of features. It does amperage, AC/DC, voltage, AC/DC. It also does ohms, it does continuity, it does hertz, it does capacitance, millivolts, temperature, non-contact voltage. Is that all of them? Did I say hertz? Oh, I forgot. It does diodes too. You can test diodes with this thing, which is pretty crazy. And that's all for about $50, which is nuts. So as far as the pros, I would say affordable price, feature packed. It's pretty ergonomic. It's very small, as you can see here. It fits. It's about the size of my hand. I would say I probably have regular sized hands. But yeah, it fits in your pocket, which is really nice. My primary meter, it's pretty long and thick, and so it's kind of hard to throw in your pocket. It's got to stay in a tool bag. This one you can just totally throw it in your pocket. It's not a big deal. And I do like this little light it has. See? So when I'm trying to clamp onto a wire and it's dark, that's actually been pretty handy. I use it quite a bit. So as far as the negatives, so the temperature probe, completely not accurate. I also tested it with my normal meter, as you saw, and it was off too. So I don't think that's a flaw of these guys. I think it just has to do with the technology that's used for that, and a lot of meters use that same. I think it's like a K-type or something like that, but yeah, both of them were wrong, like way wrong. So honestly, though, it's not a big deal because for meters, I don't really use that anyway. I just use a thermometer, and I would recommend you do too. Just don't trust the temperature on this one. Maybe mine's just defective. I don't know. Maybe the probe on my other one is messed up. It's hard to say, but I won't trust that, as you saw. So my main complaint is the screen. The screen is cool. Like, look at it. It's pretty neat looking. It's very ergonomic. Like, I mean, it makes sense. It's not ergonomic. That's not the word I meant, but it's very intuitive. The navigation's great. It's cool looking. It's nice and big. I can read everything. But if it's sunny outside and I'm using this outside, I can't see it. I'm on roofs. I'm outside in the sun. Can't see the meter. I have to cup it or, try to get it shaded somehow. That's super frustrating. But other than that, no complaints. This thing was great. It's been a joy actually using it. Like I said, it's super comfortable. It's super small, easy to hold and to carry around in my bag or in my pocket. Only thing that you don't have on this is you can't measure microamps DC, so you can't test flame sensors. But that's not, I mean, my first meter, $150, didn't have that either. So I wouldn't worry about it so much. I would highly recommend this if you're a new technician. If you're a seasoned technician, I'd recommend it as a backup or as a home meter or a shop meter. Definitely does the job. It's affordable, feature-packed, and durable, apparently, because I did not break it, which I'm amazed. I honestly thought I was going to break it, especially when I dropped it. I mean, it's got some war scars right here from when I dropped it. But yeah, held up. Everything's working. So if you want to pick one of these up, I have a link in the description below. And if you do pick these up through my link, that does help out the channel. So please do that if you want to get one of these. hopefully this helps you out if you're trying to decide what meter to get, whether it be a backup, a primary, or a shop or DIY kind of thing. So thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, comment, tell me what a horrible technician I am, hit that bell notification, and follow me on Instagram and Facebook. And if you want to support the channel, get one of these on the links below or get some work socks. Thanks for watching.